Welcome, everyone, to PCARMARKET Live. My name is David Jacobson, and today we have with us a special guest. How special are you if you've been here 3 weeks in a row? I don't know, but he's a special guest.
The specialness is worn off.
Specialist. But before I do that, we have our very own Jim Barry.
Hello, everyone.
Product valuation extraordinaire. I'm going to put like a Superman outfit on you.
I just make the coffee.
He just makes the, well, you don't even make coffee.
I do.
I was going to say you do that too.
I got a new machine. I just press a button.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Yes, I'm talking about here when you have to actually, water mix. But anyway, we have Jim Barry and we have David Whitlock. Thank you, David, for taking the trip out here again from PA. And David is the Stuttgart market leader, the owner of that product, sir. And an up and coming and growing and exciting information about Porsche values.
Yep, daily Porsche market update.
And
a lot of them sell.
Cool stuff, man. You going to Rennsport?
Oh, absolutely.
Stupid question.
Of course.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Ah, yes.
We have something very interesting for Rennsport.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. But, yes, So, welcome, everyone. We're going to talk today about something that I think is very exciting to me. I don't want to overstate the excitement here, but to me it is because I remember when the car was introduced. I remember the videos that were played when it was introduced. And I don't think I've ever been as excited watching an automotive product introduction as I was for this car. It is absolutely an incredible machine. It's going to be a value. It's going to be something that is going to be coveted for the rest of mankind as far as automotive royalty, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not even going to say anything. Just take a look at it.
The performance figures. The new 911 Turbo with a standard 6-speed manual gearbox accelerates from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, 62 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds. The top speed is 312 kilometers per hour, 194 miles per hour.
Pretty dramatic, huh? Yeah, baby. Yeah, so I had one ordered at that time. Can you imagine having one ordered and watching that video?
Oh, yeah, you must have been pumped.
Oh, I was pumped. I watched it. I think, how many views are there? I think half of them are mine. 1.2 million views. I was sitting there constantly watching it over and over again. It was just so exciting. I show the video only because if you know the car and you know the predecessor to it, that was the Dot 2. The Dot 1 had a video as well, but the Dot 2 just brought this car to another level. And it was it was even when they changed the front, those little
that slight change,
tweaks,
yes.
those little tweaks, and they put those little fog lights with the little just surrounds on them. Just did such a beautiful job. I'm a big fan of the 997, obviously as you could tell, and as is a tremendous amount of people. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Is it one of your favorites?
I would never own one.
Really?
It would never have you.
No, it is one of my favorites. It's an amazing car. We know all the reasons, right? Last real analog car they made, and
I call it the last sports car that Porsche made, because when you go to the 991, it's not too big, but it's big. It's a touring
GT.
car.
Yeah.
It's a touring car. Yeah. And when you get out of a 99 Grand Touring, when you get out of a 991, 992, whatever, you actually feel the size of the 997, how small it is.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get from a 993 into the 997,
but see, that doesn't bother me too much, because we've done that. Like a lot of times, you don't feel like you're getting into a big car. It's bigger. But
I do not disagree with you.
Yeah.
I think you're right. You really feel like you're getting into a more modern version of almost the same world. But when you get into 991, it's like big. But going reverse into the 997 is special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. Even the suspension and everything. What a freaking special car, And the 997 to me is going to be coveted. As I mentioned, the dramatic, what I said dramatically when we first opened this up, is I believe the 993 is going to be known as one of the best generations of the Porsche 911 that ever existed.
No, absolutely agree. Especially like we can see from here, you have the 991 right next to a 997, and the difference is just stark. Size-wise,
it's monster. It's
Oh, yeah.
monster. And then when you look at the 911, the 997 4.0, you put the last sports car that I believe Porsche made, that visceral driving experience with the 4-liter motor and that single mass flywheel and all the stuff going on. That's why that car is probably one of the greatest cars that has ever been made.
absolutely
The
special.
4.0, the GT3 RS 4.0. But the 993 turbo, I'm not a turbo guy. Everyone who knows me knows that. I am not a turbo guy. I like the naturally aspirated motor. I like the linear power band. However, the turbo I've had one, I've owned one, and I've driven a million of them, but I've had one for a few years. I remember getting that car and putting my son in the seat and going onto Jericho Turnpike and using the launch control and just feeling that car's power. And then, kicking him out of the car and getting a little more aggressive. Check, Mom. And and just making that car. I just love the car, man.
Yeah.
I just love the car.
And a lot of people did. I remember I was working for Porsche selling those when they were brand new, and the excitement and the buildup was everything that video just portrayed. The emotion. People were so looking forward to the launch of the 997 Turbo.
Oh yeah, it was a big deal. I remember being on
Huge
I
deal.
remember being on the Long Island Expressway one day, and I didn't look at. I was not a big Porsche guy when I was young. I did get into them later on in life, but maybe because I couldn't afford one. But I remember driving on the LIE, and out of nowhere, after passing Porsches my whole life and always like drooling over them, especially the roofs when I was younger. But I remember driving one day, and a car caught my eye, and it was in the Hove lane, going eastbound in the LA. You'll never forget. And I was like, the hips on that car. That car was like, look at me. It was beautiful. It wasn't even a turbo. It was just a new 997, the wider body car, the 4S. And I felt in love with that body style. It brought it back. Like Porsche nailed it. If you all remember that, seeing the first time you saw a 997 with the wider body, that car just was like, wow, Porsche really nailed this. You know what I mean? And did you feel that way?
When that car came out, I remember the first one that pulled up, because we had the place behind Champion Porsche.
Right.
And my friend bought it. He got the first one on the list. It was GT Silver with Cocoa, and it was the launch edition, so it had the ceramics and stuff like that.
Oh, that's the color.
And I remember getting in that car, and I was like, wow, they brought it. They really brought this back. Yeah, I mean, they really brought it back.
Totally. That's exactly the feeling.
Yeah.
They brought it
and
back.
I remember, I still have the vision in my head like you do. It was underneath like a portico.
Yeah.
In front of this big building, and it was just sitting there, and I just remember getting in it, and it was incredible. And the same thing with the turbo. The first one I drove was a black one. It had just come out. It was like late '06, and I remember being wowed by it. I remember the smell, everything was just, it was there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, it drove extremely well, but the biggest difference for me was getting on the inside. Like there's the upgrade in the interior from 996 to 997. That absolutely made the car for me.
100%. And that's a perfect segue.
Well, that's a whole other conversation.
No.
And fast forward years later, it's the early turbos, the early 991s, 997s. I feel a loaded up 996 turbo has a better quality interior. They don't have peeling buttons. If you get a full leather 996 build inside.
No, I think you're both right. Yeah. I think that Porsche knew they needed to step up the quality of the interior, the fit and finish, or even the textures used and stuff.
Yes.
But I do believe at the end of the 996 run, especially with the turbos, that they did really get it together as far as the quality.
That clearly, like if you got
had
a base
to check
car,
a lot of buttons.
Yeah, if you got a base car to a base car, the 997 is levels of like the dash pad, the door panels. But I'm saying if you got like a leather wrapped interior 996, the buttons and stuff in that car are better than the first 997s.
That was materials.
Yeah. Nowadays you got to change everything. Porsche came out with that the new Porsche Classic Radio, which to me is a must if you have a .1.
Yes. Yeah, and when you look at the PCM, like you said, that silver that always peeled off. Like when I get into that car, I cringe. Yeah. You know, but it's funny because one of the other things about the 997, we talked about some of the criticisms, is the seats. I look at that car, I walk around when somebody comes in the back, even I'll go, wow, this is beautiful. And then as soon as I look at that seat, I'm like, oh my god, it kind of
Sport seats are a must.
Sports seats are a must.
They're a
Like,
must.
see, we feel that way in the 964s, but even the base seats are not bad. But when you get sports seats in a 964, I mean, it looks like the car is $100,000 more when you open that door.
The 964?
Yeah, I'm saying the sports seats.
Oh,
are
sports seats.
amazing.
Oh, yeah. Well, in any car, the sports seats, is very, very special. But just on the 997, it appeals to a broad audience. That's why the car. I mean, this is so cliche to say this, but that's a car you can really take out to dinner with your wife, or your wife could take the husband, whoever's driving, and you can enjoy the car with kids in the back and go get ice cream, and then you could be a lunatic and you can rip a track apart. The car. It's really unbelievable what they accomplished. So, killer performance, super reliable, a true sports car. The .1 with the Metzger motor. The design harkens back. And also, I don't know if everyone agrees with me, and we'll put them up side by side. The 997 is really, to me, was designed after the 993. You know, Tony
Like 4 996s.
Yeah, but listen, I liked the 996. It was they moved away from something. It was quirky, and now it's a part of their history, and it's very important. But look at the GT1. Look at the things that happened because of the 996. I mean, the great motor, great car. You know what I'm saying? But the 997 looks like a 993
Evolved.
that evolved.
Yeah, that's the direct evolution. For sure.
That's a direct evolution with a little bit of a sidestep. But beautiful, the rake back headlight, the fenders, the shape of the rear window. It's a 993. It's like the perfect evolution. When you see them next to each other, it's like, it's incredible. And they're both beautiful. That's why when people look at the 997, it's going to be looks, performance, everything. The car's going to have everything that you ever wanted to develop in a car looking back. Fit and finish upgrade, we said that. We talked about the cheesy chin spoiler. Jim brought that up yesterday. Cheesy chin. That's called the CCS.
I guess people like that are in the industry like us that have owned them. It's so frustrating when they would come in and they're all chewed up and you have to go buy it and you're spending whatever it is, $500-$600, and it's this horrible piece of plastic.
But sacrificial plastic.
Yeah, but like in 2009, you saw a lot of cars with factory with the painted chin spoiler, and it changes.
Oh, my
whole
goodness.
car. Oh, yeah. The whole car's different when that thing is painted.
Yeah, but then you chew it up again.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't.
I
I know how to drive.
Well,
I don't need front axle lift. I'm a real driver,
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is, and I don't have to pay for that repair when those struts break. So.
Listen, the only car I ever had a problem with was the F430. Because that bottom, not even I couldn't not scrape that bottom of that car. No matter how hard I tried, I would go on an angle. I'd do everything I could, and I used to scrape that up, and it used to cringe every time. But the 997, I never had a problem. You can always
high enough.
It was high enough to make it work.
Yeah, I mean, we had a few here that people slammed to the floor, and that's just not conducive to where we live. You know what I mean? I do enjoy the handling, but I wouldn't do that here. But then it's a challenge,
One of the other things about the 997 is how it aged. The 993 aged beautifully, right? The 911 in general aged beautifully. The 996 is not ever going to age as beautifully. Again, the 4S, beautiful car. A million things I could talk about it. But age-wise, as time goes on, I believe the 997 is just going to get more beautiful and more appreciated because the proportions were right and they didn't.
That classic look.
Yeah, it's classic. But, when the 993 came out, and I had spoken to Tony Hatter about this myself, and he had said when they came out with the 993, when he designed the 993, that was like everyone was very nervous. Mm-hmm. That was a major departure from what Porsche did prior. And that car was very, very different. And people poo-pooed on it, can you imagine? And blah, 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 and look at it now. So I think the 997... the 993 paved the way for the 997's beauty, so when it came out, people were expecting, especially after the 996, they were so happy it came back, but it's just it was the perfect car, the perfect time, and, Porsche once again nails it.
Absolutely.
You look like you wanted to say something.
My 996s, you know how much I love those.
Oh, no, that's the look you're giving me.
No.
He's giving me that. Okay, stay in the lane with the 996. Don't get me upset. So the 997, what can we say? There's very few haters of the car, but there's tons of lovers, and we're gonna go on to some values. Would you all like that? A few values of what the car sold for, David?
That's what we're here for. This is my wheelhouse.
So without further ado,
well, we're talking about wacky market values now. So
wacky
this
market
could be different next week. So.
Yeah, no kidding. The market values have been crazy. I believe no matter what you're going to see here, these cars are all going to seem inexpensive in the not too distant future.
Absolutely.
I'm not talking about 3 months from now, 5 months from now, but when you talk about another dip, if it happens, like people are talking about, the next rise, put these away. If you have a big enough garage,
very accurate.
put them
And
away.
I say that to people when they're buying. Like I'm not by any means telling people overpay, but I just cannot understand how people will let like $1,000 or $2,000 stop them when if you've got the right one. I mean, let's face it, we're talking about up to 15-year-old cars here. You find the one you like. I get if it's $20,000 more than you want to spend, but like if you're at 102 and the guy wants 106, buy the car.
Yeah, well,
You're not gonna find it again.
There's the frustration in life
Yeah.
of anybody who's selling cars or involved in the car industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
but
then
this is different for that reason.
You can also say it about the seller. Like, why doesn't he just lower the price $4,000?
But
Come
the
on.
sellers know that they're giving up something that has future.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're already high enough. All right. So
Yeah.
there's a battle on both sides. We fight that battle every day,
well,
right?
you know, I'm the first one to say sellers are crazy, but on a car like this, if it's in that range, that's where I say the buyers should
If
just
it's the right car, you buy it.
In this particular case, if you're that close on this car and you want one, get one because
If it's the right one.
if you're wrong on this car, you're going to be right eventually.
Correct.
I always say that. So, blah blah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's take a look at this one before we go into the auction results.
This is live.
This is live. This is a one owner, great seller by the way. Sold a ton of cars, sells them all. So bid.
And by the way, I just got to put one little ad in here that the seller reminded me of. The one owner is so hard to find on this because this is when the flipping started. Everybody was on lists for these.
Yep.
And we've had cars that had 7 owners, just like the F430s.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So to find a real one owner on this, big deal.
Yeah, it is. And some people, really care about the ownership. And when you have something with lower miles, especially maybe even lower than this, the amount of owners matters. I think it doesn't hurt for sure. 25,000 mile car, the condition means everything. The one owner is definitely a plus. So one owner, obviously the listing leads off with that because people get turned on by that. 25,000 mile, 2008 Porsche 997 Turbo. This is live right now. We're going to get this video live, I think. Chris is here to stay today to get this thing live.
Sure, this ends after the weekend, so.
So you'll be able to bid on this car over the weekend, but it is absolutely a beautiful car. And again, 24,800 miles. Look at that.
Rear wiper.
Just rear wiper. Very nice.
Love it.
Yeah.
Deviated interior.
Deviated interior. Again, great seller who does beautiful pictures. Okay, even
Wow. Picture sell cars.
Even the sky view on this car. Look at that. It's just amazing, right?
That looks like it came out of a brochure, right?
Yeah, it does. You think they look at the cars from the roof from up above when they design a car?
They have to.
They have to, right?
They have to.
I mean, or it just becomes beautiful from above if you do everything right on the ground. I don't know what
That's a
comes.
picture right there.
But yeah, I mean, just beautiful. This whole mechanism of that spoiler, automatic spoil. But anyway, so this car's live right now. Take a look at it. Then we're going to go into some results. So here, Jim 07 997 Turbo. Sells for $109,000 all in.
Yep.
I happen to really like this car because of a few reasons. Number one is I'm a silver loony. I love silver. I look at the shadows and the lines on this thing. But also, to tell you the truth, I love the wheels on this car.
Yeah.
I love the way it looks like a little deep dish in the back because all these cars have those, like the front, like those. The Porsche has those. They're always jammed to the end of the wheel.
Yep.
And I just don't like that look. It works on Porsche.
No, I'm with you. I love these wheels. We talked about this yesterday. The seller didn't have like a receipt, so we couldn't write it.
You thought they were champions.
Yeah,
though.
that's what I'm saying. I'm
look-
99% sure they're champion racing wheels because they designed, they're factory sanctioned, and their wheels really look like
Sport seats.
they came out of the factory. Yeah, it has the sports
Has the
seats.
sports.
Yeah,
It has the what?
sport
Sport
seats
seats.
and
There's a
ceramics.
plus.
Well, let's take a look at those seats because the sports seats are a big deal here. Let's take a look. Do we have any pictures of the
Yeah.
seats? There you go. Yeah. See, it's funny when you get black, that shiny look. I always that's.
Well, that to me
little too
could have been
detailed.
presented better. Yeah,
Yeah.
The detail.
But look at that. But what a difference. The sports seat. See what we're talking about, everyone? Look at the shape of the seat, the layout of the fabric. It's just takes
It's well-optioned car too.
nice hardbacks.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
this car was driven. I mean, look at even with people in the back.
Yeah.
So the
And
car
by the way, this car didn't have a DME in the listing, so I think there could have been a little more there. But again, for the mileage and stuff, this was
About
probably fair. I don't think
Fair
that anyone,
price.
Yeah, very
about
fair.
average, just over $100,000, 34,000
there you
miles.
go. Yeah, and it's a looker. When you look close, obviously, it looks like it had some miles on it. And so here you have now is
Now we're in a dot two.
Now we're in a dot two. Take a look at 2011. Absolutely gorgeous. 2011 dot two. The S Coupe. This car,
the
Jim,
miles?
tell us a little bit about this car.
Yeah, so so typically it's hard. It would be hard to find these, or challenging, I should say, under $100,000. This one, because of the mileage, sold there, but I don't think anyone really took any made any compromises to buy it, because the condition looks really nice on this one.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, 50,000 miles. Yes, it's high for a Porsche, but it's not that high.
No, it's not. It's not. But
Yeah.
it's not going to sell for the 20,000 mile one. So.
No, it wouldn't.
We have
but
a real interesting one coming on. It's going to be no reserve, speed yellow, with speed yellow sports
Nice.
seatbacks. And it's going to be no reserve.
you see, that's when you get
Seatbelts?
that's a major premium.
Yeah.
That's when you look at it, and that's where the emotion kicks in.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that, because these cars can go very emotional, or they can be, more pedestrian.
Yep.
This car is a little emotional, because when you look at these cars and you look at the yellow calipers,
Yeah.
all right, to me, look at that. That just makes a major difference. Look at
It
this
pops
car.
on that black.
It just pops on the
Yeah.
black, and it really, really is absolutely beautiful. And then this car is a different level. I mean, it's just very, very, very nicely presented, and the seats. Look at the difference here.
Yeah, no
Look how
sports seats.
crisp. Not sports seats. And this is what I mean. These seats they were always underwhelming, but who cares? When you're sitting in the seats, you're sitting in the seats. You know what I'm saying? So when you get into the car, you look in and you cringe a little bit. Then you sit down and you're back happy. Okay. Very, very beautiful.
And
Okay.
the S gave it about a $10,000 bump if that was a non-S.
Absolutely.
7.2.
You're
The
'100%
mileage.
right.
Yeah, about $10,000
Because
bump
we
right
had
there.
one that did 80. It did not sell, and it was a non-S, similar mileage, like a little less. And then we had one that actually just dawned on me that should have been here. We had one with like 8,000 miles, black with red, that I think sold for 130.
Yep.
It was really nice.
90.
You guys can go find it.
This sells for 90, just shy of 95,000. And like the guys are saying, probably right there, right?
Oh,
Right
yeah.
there. Then we have over here a 2007.
First
so
year.
now we're looking at a first year turbo
With the Metzger.
with the Metzger motor,
Low mileage.
low mileage, 6-speed coupe. Now here you go. You put the right color, the right photos, the right presentation, the right car, one owner, 15,000 miles. You get 150 grand for one of these. And you ready for this? I believe well sold, but well bought. I am sorry.
Absolutely. I mean,
This
that
car-
was up there with probably on the lower end of the scale. It's probably in the top 2 prices paid over the last 12 months.
It was,
for
but
it.
and that's
Yeah.
that's the challenge
But
you get.
it's still a good buy.
Yeah, that's the challenge you get. People see this and then they want that as a reserve for their car. This guy was very reasonable, but
Yeah.
because the car had its own merits and he did the right presentation,
Yep.
he got a great result.
Look at this.
And that's why 2 people or more were willing to pay up for it, because it was the right car and the right seller.
If you're looking for a 997 turbo,
This has sports
how
seats,
do
I
you?
believe.
Yep.
Yeah, how do you not bid on this car? And this is exactly what happened here. Yeah, the seats.
Yeah, see the difference when they're not greasy?
Yeah, no, unbelievable.
Oh my God.
Yeah, great presentation.
You know what I mean? This is incredible. But you know what? You get reward. Look at this. This car.
Yeah,
This
with
car
all the
is
silver.
like brand new. Look, nobody even put their feet on the carpet since it was new. I'm just kidding. That's just that fancy.
They might not
little-
have.
Got to wear the booties.
You got to wear the booties. But yeah, come on.
That was a nice
well
one.
done, seller. Well done, buyer.
Paint reader meetings.
Yeah,
They're making fun of me. I can't say the word paint reader meetings.
Paint
no, paint
meter
meter
readings.
readings.
I said it backwards?
you did. It's very challenging.
I don't need this abuse.
Paint meter readings, not
Paint meter readings.
Not paint reader meetings. Unless we're having a meeting about the paint readers because we make the paint readers, then that was what we'll be having paint
Okay.
reader meetings.
I've taken enough abuse here, okay? All right, so now we're going to go to another 07, an 07.1. I love this car.
Oh, it's amazing.
I love this car. Now, these are aftermarket wheels. They're the Vorsteiner wheels, the 19-inch Vorsteiner wheels. I love the finish on the wheels for this car. I love this car. This car just really, really.
I love the seller on this car. He was an inspiration. This guy.
well, that's a big deal, too,
This
but-
guy had nothing, and he made himself, and that was like his trophy. The guy
was
was
his
literally
car.
homeless.
for him.
He told me.
Really?
This is one of the most inspiring people I ever met.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
And then he goes and sells it.
Well, he's
On to the
buying
next
something
thing,
else.
hopefully?
Yeah.
He needed,
Okay,
he, needed,
all right.
he needed a bigger house.
Going up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't going back.
No, he's not going back.
Listen, obviously he did well. So look at this. That is this speed yellow. I'm
Speed
assuming?
yellow,
Speed
yeah,
yellow
yeah.
with those wheels. Look at this. I would not black out the real lights.
No, I think that took
Modifications
some
probably.
people off of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know?
Modifications.
I think that
hurt
took
this
some
price.
buyers off of
It
it.
took some buyers off of it. It probably cost him.
And the yellow, in my
Ready for
opinion.
this? Write down a number on how much you think it cost him to put those things on the back. You ready? Write this down.
I don't have a pen.
Actually, I'm going to write down, and then you put up a finger of how many. I'll tell you what they say.
$1,200.
$1,200?
To those lights.
No. How much do you think it took off the price?
Oh. I thought how much to take off the price. Probably $7,000.
Okay, I said a minimum. So $5,000, $7,000,
I said
10
10.
grand. Okay, yeah, yeah. This thing is up to 10,000. The guy puts take. What do you call that stuff?
What do you mean?
Film,
Oh,
Film.
yeah, well, it
Yeah,
could be
take-
paint. It could
paint,
be
or
Could be
film.
painted.
Take the stickers off your car. Take the painted light covers. Just take them off because those $200 light things or $50, whatever they are costing you up to 5 digits.
Yeah.
Right? In the
Unmodified,
value of
the
your
right
car.
color. That's a $150,000
I learned something.
car.
I learned something here when we retailed cars, and this will be valuable for people. People think because everyone puts black wheels and black lights in their cars that it makes it sell. I learned it's the act of doing it that people enjoy.
The act?
Because
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like we had a
They wanna
silver
do it.
997 cab here with these black wheels. It sat here through convertible season. I sold 50 of them while that car sat there. We decided to paint the wheels silver. It sold in a week, and guess what the guy did? He
Painted
painted the wheels
black.
black. So that should just tell you right there.
That's
It's like
pretty funny.
stickers. People like putting stickers, but you don't want to buy someone
It's
else's
the
stickers.
act of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he use that
want your own
spray on
stickers.
stuff? What is
I
that?
don't know what he did.
That's how crazy the world got.
we had it done.
Rust-Oleum?
He paid
No,
to
no.
have it done.
Oh, is that right?
Plas-
Oh, before he-
Plasti dip.
I still remember
Plastic
that.
dip.
dip.
Before he picked it
Yeah,
up.
he
I
lives
do
up by your
remember that.
brother, the guy. I remember it very well.
Anyway, gorgeous car. This car sells for $107,000 all in. Left a little money on the table with the lights, not the end of the world, but this car definitely built emotion, and there you go on that one. The next one over here is a 14,000 mile 09. Wow, tell me about it. Why did this sell for so much money?
Well,
Jim?
if you don't know, the 09 is the last year of the .1, which means it's the last year of the Metzger motor, and it comes with the newer PCM.
Take a look
with,
at this.
with the good buttons. So people covet this car because it is the final Metzger turbo stick, besides the GT2.
Well,
Yeah.
final Metzger motor stick.
With the 911 turbo nomenclature.
Okay.
And it's got the-
Because the GT2 is a turbo stick, and they made that till
Totally.
2011.
And every year that goes on, your statement becomes more and more important.
Yes.
And more valuable.
Yes.
So, amen to that. This
Yes.
is a major.
And this car has the ceramics. It has factory GT3 wheels.
Let me go back to those wheels, Jim. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Look at those wheels.
Yep.
Look at that. Oh,
And
come
when
on.
I tell you there was a fight going on for this car.
Wow.
There was a fight going on for this car.
Wow.
That
That's over
it,
one
it
So
got
wait a
ugly.
minute, hold on. This did not come with those wheels. It was not an option.
No.
So this person here, this turbo, this car, somebody put GT3 wheels on it.
Yeah. They changed the center locks out. There was a lot of money
Change the
spent on
hubs.
this.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so my goodness, what a good move. Wow.
It's beautiful.
Wow. Let me get to the.
I felt bad. The guy bidding, there was a problem with the credit card, and he was on the phone, and you had to hear him screaming. His wife was bidding for him. He was prophetic. Get that! Don't look. I think I saved it. I felt terrible if he didn't win the car.
You know,
He wanted this car.
This-
Look at the interior, the carbon, the yellow
Yeah.
seat
Well,
belts.
this is what we talked about. When you get emotion involved, when you
Yeah.
listen, present your car the right way, any changes, make them tasteful. This is super beautifully done. The sky is the limit when you do the right thing over here.
I'm happy you put this one in. I didn't see that.
I did that for
Yeah,
you.
this is a special one.
Super surprise for you. Beautiful. Anyway, I could stare at this one all day. Anything else to say? No. We didn't even say. This car does $175,000, and again, well sold.
Yeah, definitely sold for
But
a lot of money, but it is the best of
This is what it took to
end.
buy this car.
Yeah, exactly.
And he will not be sorry. If he beats the crap out of it and puts super miles on it, then hey, whatever, good, enjoyed it. Okay, but if not, this car is going to pay him back. It's going to pay him back. So here we go. 2008
Yes.
.1 997 turbo cabriolet with a Switzer 800 modification.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go to that car because I think I put some notes over here. But, listen, again, the convertibles, automatically, everyone knows you're going to get a little bit of a...
Yeah, but lately the turbos have just, the stick turbo cabs in good colors have been hanging with the coupes.
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you look at the 997
right
.2s,
the
and
right-
they're taking off.
They are.
Oh,
The right
yeah.
ones are taking, well, if it's a stick, too. I mean, we didn't even talk about it. If
manuals.
you have a .2 stick, because that commercial said it all, they sold everyone on the PDK with that 0.3 of a second.
Yes, 3/10, got to have it.
And for that reason now, if you have the stick, it's almost a $200,000 car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even though the stick was not the non-Mesker engine.
Right.
And we think the Mesker is so special, but the market says otherwise.
Yes,
The
that's
market
true.
says non-Mesker engines with sticks
Well, it's
are...
just because supply demand. There's so few of them.
So few.
There's few of them, and you know what? It was a great motor. That motor was
Still
a
wasn't
great
bad,
motor.
Yeah, it really was. It was
Yeah.
a smoother, more,
The
power
Mesker made
was
such
very-
a difference in the non-turbo version.
Yes.
Whereas
Yes.
the turbo, not
Totally.
really.
But there is a lot more sound if you're not
Yeah.
modifying the car out of the box. The .1 Metzger does have more sound and characteristic than the .2. I can say that.
This is beautiful. I have to
It's a
tell you,
beautiful car,
this is a
yeah.
beautiful car. And but you did say something before, just so that we can be clear for the people that are watching this. Is you're saying the .2 turbos are as much as the coupes, or no?
What do you mean?
Value-wise, all things being equal, the turbos are. The cabriolets. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
The cabriolets are
No,
always.
only if it's the right one. Like typically, I think you have a comp in here. A cab could be like $20,000 less. But if you have something like this, speed yellow, 12,000 miles, people will pay into the six figures for it. Whereas most other cabs will struggle to get to six
Yeah.
figures.
No,
Like
that-
for
that
example,
makes
that
sense.
first car we looked at with the nice wheels that you like, that silver car.
Yeah.
If that was just a cab with that mileage, that color, I don't think it would have got anywhere near 100. I think it would have been like 80 something, in my opinion. So that's the difference. But when you get speed yellow like this,
And then the all important clear blinker lights.
yes, side hooker lights.
You know,
yeah.
it's just-
Gotta make them European.
You got to. It's just
Gotta do it.
it's just really changes the whole profile look of the
Mm-hmm.
car. But again, just a beautiful car. Again, when you look at these cars here, the 997 Turbo Cabriolet is a pretty car. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
times when you put when you make a cabriolet version of a coupe, you lose something, right? You lose
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of the style of the roof line and the sexiness of the car. And I do think you lost a little bit here. The coupe is
Yeah.
prettier. But they really did a beautiful job on this car because of the sculpted lines. Look at that, right?
Yep.
The way they tucked that roof into that, right?
Yeah.
The way
And
they
the-
tucked that roof back there.
The roof mechanisms and the quality of the roof, the thickness, the fabrics
Yes.
from 996, 997
Oh.
is night and day. I wouldn't be caught dead in a 996 Cabriolet. The rattles, just the feeling of it. But the 997 is just was such
you
a
say
better
something-
design.
you say
I
something-
said something bad about a 996. Yes, I did.
We're gonna can we put that on a tape loop. Put that on a tape loop. A couple of times.
You can make that my ringer when I call you.
Yeah. I'll cut out everything that other than 996 is no good. Listen, I'm a fan of the 996, so let's don't.
I like 'em all.
Don't kill the messenger. So beautiful car, sells for 115 all in, speed yellow, 12,000 mile, 2008 Cabriolet modified. Then we have over here, Jim, beautiful.
So 09. So this should do all the money, but this car had a blemish on the Carfax that was kind of like an error, but it's going to hurt the value, and it had some miles. So it did a very fair price for everybody.
So the car has 42,000 miles.
Yep.
Carrara white.
With
and
Coco.
It had Coco.
Yes.
Oh, that's a nice interior.
Yeah, bad picture, but nice interior.
Yeah. You see, and again, here we go. But I have to say this. Dun, dun, dun. Look at these photos. Okay, this cost this seller $5,000. When you take photos with shadows, you can't see it. This picture has absolutely zero value in showing the beauty of the car. All it does is show that, okay, it has an interior. But when you look at the interior pictures of these cars, please take the time to do them the right way. The door open over here has no value. We're seeing the ground. You don't see the door.
It's not making the interior look beautiful.
Leave the door closed and have no shadows. It is an absolute 100% must. If you care about money, if you care about money at all, and the selling price of the car, do not take pictures like this. They must be no shadows, door closed, and you'll gain some value. Again, look at the steering wheel. It's
better-
off to the left.
I say better pictures, clean Carfax, paint reader meetings, and a good service history. That's a $90,000 car.
Hands
Just
down.
and could get just shy of 100.
Yeah, so
Hands down.
All
case
day,
in
every
point,
day.
with the Carfax, and by the way, he's missing the head unit. That's one of the bragging rights of that year of the car. So 80 was very fair.
Look at this picture. I just want to listen.
Coco's such a beautiful interior. It's doing it
amazing.
disservice
Look
here.
at this picture.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Even the. Oh, I'm in pain right now.
Move on.
Move on.
Move on.
Okay, right. That
Go down into the road.
there was money left on the table, but this is because listen, this podcast is about the values of cars.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
But we also need to share with everyone how to increase the value of their car by making the presentation. And when there's an opportunity to do that, I know sometimes I'm a little harsh, okay, because the person that took the pictures may be watching, but good, let him make better pictures next time, man, because it's more important for him than anyone else. Anyway. Next one, 2012 997.2 Turbo.
So I would call this like top of the market on this PDK, but rightfully
Okay,
so.
so yeah, Jim, thank you. Now we're going PDK here, right?
Yep.
So 997.2 PDK Turbo Black. So good, I'm
Or
sorry.
you gotta look at the interior of this car.
Why, it's nice?
Oh my God.
So Jim, you seem to like this car.
Well, it had
Ooh,
Macassar.
look
in
at
there.
that. Wow.
You gotta see if you can get a close up of that.
Yeah, I'm
This
gonna
is
get
a
it.
special one.
Wow.
This car excited me a lot.
It should. Look at this.
And by the way, he broke your rules with the pictures, but they're at least passable.
Is that a factory wheel or did he?
Yes, it's get closer to it.
He-
See, it's wood. It's a Macassar wood. I love that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Look at that.
it's so
Wow.
cool. This car, so cool.
Beautiful, beautiful car.
But-
wow.
It's cool.
Stunning
Yeah.
car. I did not appreciate this. I don't even know if I saw this
And by the way,
car.
that not that you could order a new 997, but that is one way to eliminate that horrible peeling console thing. Either get a painted console or like the Macassar wood.
So whoever bought this car, man, good for you.
Yeah, it's
That's
nice
good for
car.
you. You
Yeah,
got this
solid
car.
price. They kind of just seem to be steady at that $100,000 price
Yeah,
range
but look
for
at
the
and
PDKs.
where does this car go,
Great
David?
looking car.
David, where does this car go at $100,000 with 14,000 miles? He say the person drives a couple thousand miles a year.
Not down because there's 40,000-mile cars going for 85,000. Like it's just steady. It's a
Yeah.
steady line
Guys,
across.
you got to stay on PCARMARKET, and you have to just keep looking for your car. You got to keep in here. This person, whoever was not here that day, is looking at this right now and going, "Oh my God, I would have bid 105 on this car."
Missed out.
You know what I'm saying? This is a miss out. That's what I mean. You got to stay on. You got to go on, and there's also a way on our website to put in what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So when something goes live that is what you're looking for, you'll actually get a notification, right?
Yep.
So, all right. So I'm going to move on, but stunning. Over here, now we have a 6,000 mile. Why did I do this? Was that the last one of those?
It was a GT2. Yeah.
Okay, so real quickly here, I did this because I'm not a big GT2 person. However, I do appreciate the car. I just love these
How
wheels.
those wheels make that car.
Yeah, I was going to say these are the
Oh,
magnesium, BBS wheels. They're probably not magnesium anymore, but these were like the G. We have the 993 RSR with the magnesium wheels, which we have tucked away. In fact, I'm looking at them right now, and we put the aluminum BBS wheels on there. But this has that same race car factory look, doesn't it?
And these are just going to go to the moon anyway. I mean, super low production.
Now this one,
Manual, turbo, Mesker, tons of power.
yeah. Well, this is an
Not all-wheel
1100.
drive.
Well, yeah, and this one's even.
Just rear wheel drive, 1100 horsepower.
That's ridiculous.
Really, look at those wheels, those deep wheels in the back. Beautiful. Yeah, this is one of those. This is you could drool over this thing. Really beautiful. I just want to see the interior real quick.
That roll cage is there to save your life someday with 1,100 horsepower.
Yeah, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
This is a dangerous car. If you don't know what you're doing, you can really hurt yourself. But beautiful, very nice. So that's the turbo market, right? That's the turbo market. I just wanted to we want to take a quick right turn, David. Okay, maybe not into your wheelhouse or mine, but this is Jim's wheelhouse. It's one of your true loves. We're gonna talk about BMW for a moment, okay? We're gonna do a little quick
Ultimate driving machine.
We're gonna do quick run about the BMWs, about the E30s, 36s, and 46s. Just the fact that these cars have been really going up in value really nicely.
And we have a lot of people looking for them, and we're
Yep.
getting a good number of them. And if people like Porsches and they like driving, these are excellent cars to throw in your collection and drive because they're bargains right now, and they do a lot of what the Porsches will do, and they are practical and
Real back seats.
yeah, they have real back seats, and the service bills are nothing like when a Porsche breaks or something like that. So it's a win.
And I
these
would
cars.
think nice ones are getting much more rare, as these were modified to all hell and back.
Well, that's what makes them. That's what makes them
Yeah.
when you do find one stepping up. And Jim brings up a great thing all the time. Great point. He says that a lot of real car guys and girls, they really shy away from the BMW M cars like the M3s because they let price dictate how special something is. If the car was $100 grand, they'd probably be all over it. But at 35, it's not expensive enough.
Yeah, that's true. We said that with the F355 because now it's like he got the car downstairs, right? We actually bought it. We were going to sell it, and he fell in love with it, and he kept it. And I said, he goes, where have these been for years? I'm like, because they were like 60 grand. You just probably figured it was a piece of
They're in the shop. That's
yeah,
what
now
they've
that
been.
they're $250,000, everyone's looking at it. So it's the same thing with these cars. I mean, the 993 and the E36 M3 were on the cover of like the Road and Track. Like that's what the head-to-head was. The car competes
Yep.
with the 993.
But yet they're
you know?
$35,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or even 20. You know what I mean?
It's incredible. Just for the sake of
Yeah.
time, because we have to wrap this up, and we have to actually open up for business.
Yeah.
We are in the PCARMARKET showroom right now. In the
Well,
middle. I'll show you.
office. Yeah.
Office. Well, showroom office. I'm looking at some pretty cool stuff, so I'll call it a showroom. Take a look at this.
Love it.
Ah,
Love it. And you want to talk about a dead breed?
it's one of my favorite cars I've ever owned.
Yeah. Oh, you had this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you are BMW.
What, an,
Yeah.
an E39?
I'm a BMW fan. I just don't know the market for BMWs the way I know
come
the Porsche market. I had an
Oh, why don't you
E39
say so?
M5.
Too hard on
It
yourself.
was it was a later car, so 2002, black with the caramel interior, and it's like it was, God, one of my first performance cars. I love that.
Was it the
thing.
Cosmos black, like with the
Oh
metallic?
yeah,
Or
yeah, with the
okay.
metallic.
Yeah, that's.
It was a beautiful, beautiful car.
It's like
What
the,
a
it's
drive!
Like, it's like the Buick Basalt Black.
I need another
Very
one.
special. What, isn't that mine? Mine has that
Basalt
that color,
black.
right? No, mine. No, my E39.
I thought yours is jet black.
No, I don't. I have
Yeah,
to
it's
check.
jet black.
It is jet black.
It's jet black.
Yeah.
Which is awesome also.
I just got an E39, a Dynan E39.
Ah man, nice. What stage dining?
Yeah.
Yeah, that stage.
What do you think that's fine?
It's good. It's a good response.
Oh, listen, wise guy.
I don't know either.
What's that? Okay.
That's why it was great.
It's on stage. It's like Neil Diamond. So at E39, we have been getting a bunch of these, a lot of M cars. If you're into BMW, you got to stay in tune with what we're doing here because we've been really doing a push on them. We mentioned this before that a lot of the guys that work here, most of the guys work here are BMW guys, M guys, have them, drive them, know them, have friends that are major tuners and technicians on the M cars, 3, 5 series, whatever. But we sold a few of these. I'll put a picture of mine on there, which is an 03.
With the Dynan BBS wheels.
Dynan BBS wheels, yeah. I had to put the BMW cap on it because I didn't like the
You know, like
D.
the Dynan.
I didn't like that. It kind of looked a little weird, cheesy to me. But we put
He
the.
is for David.
Well,
it just- I
my
think
ego's
it
not
said-
that big. I got
No, it said BBS.
my initials on the center of the wheel.
It said BBS on the wheels. It didn't say D. I'm pretty sure of that.
No, it didn't.
Really? I'll take your word.
I'll
for
send.
it.
I'll send you a
take your word.
picture.
Yeah, I'll
It
take your
says.
word.
I'll put it up. It says D. There was a big D,
Oh, okay.
and for Dynan, and we changed the wheels and special. But even the factory wheels. Look at these. Look at these
Yeah.
beautiful This car is pretty much hits all the buttons. It's fast. It's fun. It's gorgeous. It's just streamlined and it has great power, great comfort. It could be a dinner cruiser, and it could be a beast. So here, Jim, let's talk about this. 02 Le Mans Blue metallic E39 M5 sells for 36 and change.
Yeah.
What is that right?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably like a $40,000 car, but it had a little bit of a Carfax nightmare. And again, like nothing bad happened to the car, but it just had 3 incidents. So no one's gonna, you're gonna just get a little discount for that. You know what I
So
mean?
3 minor accidents, 67,000 miles. And again, if it didn't have any Carfaxes, the car would have definitely been in the 40.
Anybody would enjoy. If you're a car person, you're going to enjoy this car. This is
totally.
is what like after this they
Totally.
went to the 10-cylinder, which is awesome, but it was not the same as this.
Wasn't this?
And you know, I
those
think that's the
wheels.
problem. Everyone just wants to get like a new car all the time for the sake of change, but like really, it stopped here. Like this is very, very, very special. And they didn't make anything like
Well, this is different worlds.
Yeah.
There's people that today are buying new, and there's people that are just
To me,
loving-
the rightful successor to this car would be like the E90. You know what I mean? Because it's a V8 manual. You know, it's obviously it's a smaller car, but
Yeah.
that one would be the direct, you know, descendant of this car.
Yep.
The V10 was just a different. They were just going for a different
I
animal.
had like an E90. I had an E90 too. I had a 4-door that I really liked.
Yeah.
And it was one of the ones where it didn't have the infotainment system.
Yeah,
Apparently,
no
it's
hump.
really rare. So it
Very,
was a
very
no
valuable.
hump car.
But it totally
And
changes the interior.
Totally, yeah, and totally sold it as it was a used car, not thinking, oh, this is gonna be a collector someday.
Yeah, I love that interior without that
Yep.
hump. Look at this interior. This is near perfection. This is the end of BMW's almost perfect interiors. It really is. That stack, center stack, the way it was laid out, the way that even the vents were just into the dashboard flow.
And the reason he says it's near perfect is the cup holders
Cup
are
holders
awful.
are garbage.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah, they're garbage.
You're better
Yeah.
off putting it on the roof.
Yeah.
You have a better chance.
Hey, listen,
of
you know
not
what?
spilling.
But it was before this. They didn't have any cup holders, German cars.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So this was they were trying. They were trying to make the Americans very happy. Look at that. Oh, there you go. Better see. By the way, photo people. Door open. This is perfect. I didn't even plan this. Look at this interior shot. Which one do you think is? If I just said to you, make me an offer on this car. Ready? This one or this one? Which one do you want?
That one.
Which one do you want? I'll give you this one for 30 grand and this one for 34 grand.
That was meant to be, man. That
30
proved
grand.
your
Hold on.
point.
30 grand, 34 grand. You'd be happy to pay me $4,000 for this car. It looks crisp. Do I need to say anything else?
No.
Okay. Second one, M5, 2002 M5.
Yeah. It's like the same car, but you know, keep in mind too that Avis Blue people pay up for. So this
is
car
this is
that offset the Carfax, and that's why these cars sold for basically the same price. You know what I mean?
This is Avis Blue?
No, the other one was Avis Blue.
No, it was Le Mans Blue.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the other.
That's
the other two.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
This is blue or black?
This one's Cosmos Black, I believe, isn't it?
I don't know.
Can you click on? Can you just go to the description? I think it's Cosmos Black. Or go to the next paragraph.
Carbon black.
Carbon Black. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That Lamar Blue will get a premium. So
without a doubt. Nice seats.
yeah. So these are different seats. The other one had like the luxury seats. This has the sports seats.
Yeah, beautiful car. So this car again sells for 36,000.
It's a lot of car for the money.
It really is.
Yeah, like you get these in Concours condition, they could be 80 grand. You know what I mean?
So here you go. BMW M5s, the E39s, right? Mm-hmm. Go buy one.
And if you
Go
can't
buy
afford
one,
this,
you
go buy
will-
a 540 6-speed.
No, don't get a 5. That's my favorite of all.
I know.
I love that car.
There's not much difference.
Save it
between
for
the
me.
two.
Save the 540 for me. But the 540i, great car. Buy them. This car, buy it. You will thank us for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you'll be seeing a bunch of them on PCARMARKET because people are starting to submit them, and we're starting to actually look for them. You
Mm-hmm.
know, for some of our collectors that have them, that we're asking if they want to sell them.
Yeah.
So keep in touch with us regarding that. So there's your quick view of the BMW M world. Can we leave it there
Yeah.
for the sake of time?
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Listen, BMW, Dave.
I'm on.
Come on, man.
I need an E39 M5 again.
I think on your
I think just rekindled my
yeah,
love for that car.
Of course. And on Instagram, you are going to add a little BMW
Little
auction
BMW.
results,
Oh yeah.
man.
Yep. So next auction, I'll be in New York for Luxury Week. So any BMWs they'll have there, hopefully
What
get
the heck
those
is-
up.
What's Luxury Week?
So it's 3 different auctions from RM Sotheby's.
In New York?
In New York City. Yep, December. It's going to be car auction, watch auction, and rare wines and whiskeys.
At Sotheby's?
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
So you might even see some watch action up
Yeah,
on the auction
yeah.
page.
Can we cut that out, please? Just kidding. We have no problem promoting other auctions, especially obviously with Sotheby's. Thank you. Thank you for coming tonight. This morning.
It's the morning, and I've got to be here.
I feel like I've been here all day. Jim, as always, thank you. David, what can I say? You add a nice dynamic, a nice layer to our three-dimensional thing here.
Somebody's got to stick up for 996s here.
So once again, thank you for watching PCARMARKET Live. We know you have a chance to do anything with your time, and we appreciate you spending it with us. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.